Unacademy. Let's crack it.
Hello everyone, this is Piyush. India is land of temples. And as far as Indian temples are concerned, we'll find great amount of diversity and uniqueness in Indian temples. Unlike the other religious architectures, you won't find any monotony in Hindu religious architectures or Hindu temples. Rather, the great amount of diversity is present in Hindu religious architectures. If we'll see North India, in that case, we'll find the Nagara style. If we'll see South India, we'll find the Dravidian style. If we'll see the Deccan part of India, we'll find another style that's known as Hoysala style. And surprisingly, within that as well, we'll find so many architectural styles. Such as, if we'll talk about the Dravidian style, you can talk about the Pallava style, the Chola style. If we'll talk about the Hoysala style, you can find the Chalukya style, Rashtrakuta style, Hoysala style. So Indian temples are undoubtedly, they are literally very unique, and in fact their architectural features are unparalleled. The uniqueness of Indian temple architecture has been even accepted by the world, and this is the reason because of what? In World Heritage Site, gradually the number of such Indian temples are increasing, and that is undoubtedly a kind of great achievement for India, because whenever like any temple or any particular architecture has been included in this World Heritage Site, that is giving multiple benefits. It is promoting Indian culture. It is giving economic benefits, and there are so many benefits of it. In this particular line, we do have another achievement. That achievement, what is that achievement? The 45th session of the World Heritage Committee of UNESCO, which met in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, approved India's recommendation of the sacred ensembles of the Hoysala, comprising 3 temples. And what are these 3 temples? The Channa Kesava temple at Belur, the Hoysaleswara temple at Helebedu in Hassan district of Karnataka, the Kesava temple at Somnathpura in Mysore district. These are 3 important architectures which were included in this list, and these are 42nd UNESCO World Heritage Sites of India, and which is literally a kind of great achievement. So on this occasion, I would like to discuss something about this architectural style. So let's see one by one the various temples. So basically, if we'll talk about the 3 temples, what I had been discussing just now, these 3 temples were built by the Hoysala rulers somewhere in 12th and 13th centuries. But it is not the temple which is noticed only during this Hoysala period. Rather, I can say that there is a gradual evolution of this style that could be noticed from 7th century to 13th century. If we'll talk about 7th century, so the Chalukyas or Badamis were present, and in fact the way I did tell you that the Chalukyas or Badami came up with that unique architectural style, and that was roughly known as the Hoysala style. But this is not the apex of the Hoysala style. Rather, this apex could be noticed in which period? The Hoysala period. And the temples what I had been discussing, they are also built by the Hoysala rulers. So after 7th century, when the Chalukyas or Badami are building these temples, after that you'll find the Rashtrakutas are coming, and somewhere in 9th and 10th century they also built several temples, and that was the second stage of this particular style. And finally, this style is achieving the apex under the Hoysalas, and then you find that there are several temples were built by the Hoysalas, and in fact, as per some information, that number goes up to 100. Though we have documented only 70 such temples, but that number goes up to 100, as I just now told you. So basically, the Hoysalas have constructed so many temples in Karnataka, and there are some temples, they are literally unique. They are the marvelous piece of the Indian architectural style. So among these temples, like as I told you, that these temples, like these temple architectures are basically the mixture of many styles. So such as if we'll talk about the Hoysala temples, in that case you'll find that it is a mixture of Dravidian style, then the Bhumija mode and the Nagara style. And it is also known for its excellence. It's also known for the excellence of the sculptures. Let's see one by one all the 3 temples. So the Channa Kesava temple, which is there in Belur, is dedicated to Lord Vishnu, and it's known as Channa Kesava. The temple was constructed somewhere in 1117. It was started on 1117, and it is said that it continued for 103 years. Like, let's see the example. There's a picture of this particular temple. Moving to the next temple, we can talk about the Hoysala temple, which is there in Halebedu, and it was built in 1121 CE during the reign of the Hoysala king Vishnuvardhana, and is dedicated to Lord Shiva. Now, this is the temple, and after seeing this temple, you can understand the beauty of this temple. The third temple is the Kesava temple at Somnathpura, and it's perhaps the last. The construction of this temple was completed somewhere in 1268 AD, and this is a Trikuta temple. It is a style. So basically in Hoysala you'll find the Ekuta, Dvikuta or Trikuta style. So this is one style that could be noticed over here. So these are the three temples which are included in this list. So if we'll talk about this architectural style, I would like to discuss something briefly about this architectural style. So if we'll talk about this Hoysala architectural style, or let's say the Hoysala architectural style, in this particular style you'll find a mixture of different temple architectural style. So specifically it is believed that it is the mixture of the Dravida and the Nagara temple architectural style. So the way you will find that in the Nagara architecture, the shikhars used to be very different. It was more in a curvilinear shape and it was going bit taller. On the other hand, in the Dravidian architecture, you'll find that it is more in a pyramidal shape. And in Vesara style, you'll find that both of them had been mixed here, and that's how at one hand you'll find this curvilinear shape. On the other hand, since it is compressed, and that's how it looks like it looks like in a semicircular shape. So this part of temple architecture is very unique, and it is noticed only in the Vesara architectural style. On the other hand, like, it is also known for its elaborative decoration. As you can see that every part of the temple was decorated. So this is something which was borrowed from the Dravidian style. But then apart from this also, we can talk about something else, and that was a very unique feature of this temple architectural style. And do you know what was that? This is basically about the arrangement of various shrines. Normally in Hindu religious architecture, you can find one phenomena where one shrine remains important, where the rest of the shrines could be called as sub-shrines. So maybe the most important god is placed in the main Garbhagriha. On the other hand, the less important gods have been placed in some sub-shrines. On the other hand, in the Vesara style, you'll find that instead of making one Garbhagriha as the important one and rest of the Garbhagriha as lesser important, like that was not followed in this particular style. Rather, you'll find that here the Garbhagrihas or the temples were made of equal importance, and that's how multiple platforms are there. So in certain examples, you'll find that there are two main Garbhagrihas are there. In certain examples, you'll find that 4 Garbhagrihas are there, and then they were connected with some columns or some barandas. So that was the most unique style of this Hoysala temple architecture. So the Hoysala temple architectural style is very different, is very unique as compared to the other styles, and that's how it is considered to be very unique. So it won't be very surprising if some of the Hoysala temples were included in the World Heritage Site. They were literally unique. They are known for its specific kind of architecture. And one thing which is literally amazing, it's about basically the elaborative decoration which is done in the temples. So I hope this lesson was very useful for you. Thank you very much.
Unacademy. Let's crack it.